Hi, we're looking at the 10 M-Fan Merlot tenor saxophone mouthpiece. This mouthpiece is an 8 opening. This is my first video review and my first one using this camera setup, so I apologize for any hiccups. This is designed by Mark at 10mfan.com, and these mouthpieces are made by Eric Falcon. He faces them with a very thin tip rail. Let's see if I can get the camera in focus. And this makes the mouthpiece incredibly responsive. You can see just how thin the tip is. There it is. So it's great if you get the reed all the way up to the tip. Now, some pieces with really thin tips are a bit chirpy or edgy, especially in the high register. However, this piece is incredibly warm and fat, and it sounds like a great vintage piece. It also has a flat baffle, or a step baffle, as they're usually called. So you can see the baffle comes straight back and then drops off into the chamber of the mouthpiece. This is usually associated with high baffle pieces, but although these pieces utilize a step baffle, it's a very low step baffle and it's still a very warm piece. As you can see, if I can get a good shot here, the baffle is actually not that high when you compare it against the sidewall of the piece. For example, here's a RPC hard rubber from a few years back, and this has a rollover baffle, and this rollover baffle actually looks a bit higher than the step baffle in this piece. So here's the 10 M-Fan step baffle. You can see how close it is to the rail. And then here is the RPC with a rollover baffle. And neither of these are particularly bright pieces. This piece has a full profile, so you can use your usual ligature, and it has a long table, so the reed will extend all the way along the table. I really enjoyed playing the piece. It's very efficient. It has silky lows. It's easy to play in the altissimo. So I encourage you to give one a try and see if it matches your playing style. They are very versatile. I was able to play bright or quite dark on this. Even though this is the darkest of his pieces, it makes a great all-around piece that you could take on a number of gigs. As long as it's not a super loud gig, I feel like I could get by on this piece. There's the baffle at a better angle there. But it's also great for your typical modern jazz gig, or even traditional straight-ahead jazz and hard bop. Alright, well that's the 10 M-Fan Merlot, and we'll see you next time.